to Knit One,
Part 2, episode 129.
Yay! I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37, and hopefully nobody just got sick.
Sorry, and I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wenny. And if this is your first time watching, thank you for tuning in. And if you are a return viewer, thank you for coming back.
Today's my birthday. Na 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 na.
And
so happy birthday to you, arg matey.
It's Talk Like a Pirate Day! Arr!
And if we thought about it, we'd put pirate stuff
Happy birthday! That totally didn't work. Oh, man.
No, but it was funny.
I fail at being a pirate. I'm sorry.
I feel too. My older brother.
Oh, my Lord.
The only way he remembers my birthday is that it falls on National Talk Like a Pirate Day. And then I have a twin brother who, if he was to forget my birthday, he'd be in deep doo-doo.
Yeah.
How can you forget my birthday when it's your birthday too?
So that's exciting. Shout out for Sheila's birthday.
Yay!
And just a reminder, we have 2 knit-along, crochet-alongs going along. One of them...
Along.
Along. I'm out of it now. This is what happens.
Happy birthday!
Haaarrrppy!
Don't do that.
Do it again.
I have a bit of an allergy, summer cold, and coughing right now hurts or anything like that.
Sorry. So we're doing a sweater knit along or crochet along, and we are also doing a knit a hat for charity crochet along or knit along, and you can find the information about those in our group thread, and you can join our group if you haven't already by clicking on a button over there. It'll take you to the Ravelry group where you can join.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a crocheted sweater?
Yes.
Have you?
I, in fact, made a crocheted sweater.
How'd it come out?
It came out so
Heavy?
horribly that, first of all, I did not use the same dye lot.
Ooh.
So there's that going on, and it was horrible. And you can look at my project page. It might still be one of, like, the first lower projects. Oh, my Lord. I gave it to charity. I don't know if anybody would wear it, but I felt bad throwing it out. It's so ugly.
What kind of yarn did you use? Good yarn or not so good yarn?
No, it wasn't good yarn. It was something that was a cotton blend. It was horrible.
I just can't imagine a crocheted sweater. And I'm sure there are some very nice crocheted...
There are.
Knitwear, not knitwear, obviously, but wear, like sweaters.
You can make,
I've seen some pretty nice crocheted socks, so.
It was, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that it was ugly because the dye lot wasn't the same. It was one of those times when I desperately needed a project, and I felt like doing something new, and I saw this pattern on the rack at Joann Fabric or Michael's or somewhere, and I was like, oh, I could do that. And I bought the yarn because it was like $3 a skein, and I didn't bother to check if it had the right dye lot because I didn't care. I don't know.
You can't say you were an inexperienced yarn purchaser.
No, or an inexperienced maker of sweaters, but, it was one of those things where I just wanted to do it.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And then as it started being obvious that the dye lots were way off, I just kept going. And then when I put it on, it was quite possibly the most ugly, ill-fitting sweater you've ever seen. So check out I don't know, I might have even deleted it because it was really bad.
I don't remember seeing it on your page.
It was before I knew you. Yeah. It was bad, man. Real bad.
So if you do crochet and you'd like to crochet a sweater, or if you're in the process of one,
and even if
finish
it's ugly,
it up within the next month and a half and throw it on
as long
sweater
as it's
knit
finished by October 31st, you can
and that
join
means
in.
baby sweaters as well. It doesn't have to be adult. It's
you can do baby sweaters.
Doll sweaters.
Yeah.
We're flexible.
Yeah.
We're easy.
Sweater. Yes, we are. We ain't picky.
And your
so
turn.
That's all the shout outs. Okay, so. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm feeling a little sense of deja vu.
I wonder why.
Deja vu all over again. So the first thing that I have on the needles is the Hiro Sweater by Julia Farwell Clay. I am knitting it out of Berkshire yarn, which is a single ply alpaca wool blend.
And that's from Webb's. That's Webb's yarn?
It's Webb's. Valley Yarns is Webb's brand.
Okay.
And you can get a good price for it, and if you buy over a certain amount, you get a discount. Because I remember when I bought this, I clubbed in with Jess so that she could buy some yarn, and we got the discount. Yeah. It's a nice yarn. I really enjoy knitting with it. It's soft, and it's going to have, you can kind of see, it's going to have a soft halo. And it kind of reminds me of those Loopy sweaters that were popular in the 80s. And kind of retro, but I'm doing, sorry. Okay. I am allergic to your house.
So am I.
I know. Seriously, what's going on in here?
I have no idea.
And it's good, but it's going to be more modern because Hiro is a more modern looking kind of color work with the way that it's done. So I'm looking forward to it. But what I have learned, and I was saying this earlier, is while it is a lot of fun to knit miles of stockinette in handspun when in color changes every little once in a while, this is very boring. So I haven't given a lot of love to this.
Got a little purple theme going on here.
I know. Well, I'm kind of in a purple and blue mode. I don't know why. I've been...
Sorry.
And all I can say is I hope this doesn't make me look like a giant grape.
No, because once you add the other colors on,
yeah,
it'll
hopefully.
Be nice. Now, what kind of ribbon? Because is that just 2
I
by 2
just did one by one.
Oh, okay.
I think I mentioned on the last show that this is supposed to have a folded hem like this. But I feel like a folded hem is going to add bulk at my hips where I do not need it. And also I am lazy. So I knit a 1 by 1 rib, which will work for me. I knit it the same length that the hem is supposed to be. And I'm happy with it. It's the same kind of ribbing, 1 by 1 rib that will be on the neckline and the sleeves. So that's number 1 on the needles. I'll probably work on that more this week. Number 2 on the needles. I'm very excited about this. My yarn finally came from Knit Picks. So, I'm making this blanket.
We should actually say number 2 on the hook.
Number 2 on the hook. So, as you remember, I crocheted like 60 of these squares. And I ordered Sport Weight Wool of the Andes in the ash colorway, which finally came because Sheila and I talked about it. I was going to go with black for kind of a stained glass effect. I knew I didn't want white or cream because it will get dirty. And Sheila suggested, why not do a gray? And I am so glad that I did.
I think black would be just too harsh.
I have one like it that my grandmother made. It's pretty, but, I'm really glad that I went with the gray.
Oh, I like that.
It looks beautiful on the squares. It really adds something.
So what are you crocheting an edge around first?
So the way that you do it is you crochet an edge around the square.
Now, are you using somebody's pattern or are this on your own?
Well, I saw that people had crocheted them together, so I went on YouTube and found that people who crocheted together things like this usually crochet a single crochet edge on it and then crochet them together. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. And as you will see, it doesn't take very long to crochet an edge on these.
Guess not. Yeah.
I've done this many.
Yeah.
I love how it looks. And I have about this many left to crochet edges on.
Well, not bad. You got there.
Yep.
I like the gray. It's much.
I think the gray really does something for it.
Yeah,
I'm so happy that I went with that color.
Even if it's a bright color like this, the gray.
It just kind of does something to it. It's pretty.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I'm really happy.
You didn't have them in order of any.
No.
Okay, good.
Because I have to lay them out again anyway.
I like this.
I know. Doesn't that come out pretty? I just love it. So yeah, I have like 15 left to do, and I've done all the rest of them. I bring this with me when I go places, and you can
nice portable project.
Yep, you can do 2 or 3 squares. It takes like about 2 minutes to crochet an edge on these squares. It's really helpful because of the grid-like nature of the weaving.
Right.
It's very easy to tell where you need to put your hook in. So I'm enjoying that a great deal. I have about 60 squares. I'm going to crochet edges on all of them, and I'm going to lay them out now with an edge. So it'll give me a better idea of how wide it's going to be when I crochet them together so that I can find out the final dimensions that I want to have, and then if I need more squares, I'm going to make them. But I stopped weaving them until I get these done just so that I don't end up with too many.
Right.
So that's coming along great. These were woven on a Zoom loom, And this is all scrap yarn that was either donated to me or that's from my own stash. And I doubled the fingering weight yarn to make these squares because single strand of fingering weight didn't make very substantial cloth when I tried it. So that's coming along great. I'm going to take this with me on my vacation and the loom so that hopefully I can finish everything up and get it done.
So while we're on that, you're on vacation all next week?
Yes.
There probably won't be a podcast next week.
Good to know.
Because, yeah, that's...
So the third thing that I have is now officially a project of shame. I'm gonna put this away for a while. I showed you last week. It's got this crazy edging. Look, I can't even show it to you because it's all crazy. I haven't ripped it out, but I'm gonna take this with me on vacation and work on it there.
Oh, okay.
It's a good portable project. It's lightweight, but for right now, I haven't done anything on it. This is the seashell.
It's in timeout.
It's in timeout.
It needs to be in timeout.
It needs to be in timeout because it has been very bad ever since I started the edging.
Yeah, you've had issues.
That is Seashell Shawl by Joe Cray Arts, which is a yarn and fiber company pattern. And I'm doing it in Blue Moon Fiber Arts, Silk Thread 2 in the spruced colorway on size 5 needles. And I just really did a bad job. I had to do a provisional cast on for the edging. You did an edging all the way around, an edging that's 28 stitches deep. And I made the yarn for the provisional cast on is on way too long, and it keeps getting tangled. And what I really need to do is weave all the ends in that need to be woven in, make the provisional cast on yarn shorter, and start over. And then it won't be so bad. So that's the third thing. And the last thing, I had 2 things on the hook this week.
Yeah.
This is also on the hook. For those of you who are Doctor Who fans, this is a Dalek. And, well, did I even bother to look up the pattern information on that? Why, no. No, I did not.
I can do it.
Okay, she's going to look it up. I'm knitting it in 2 kinds of acrylic yarn. My son actually went to the store with me. This is for my son. And he picked out the white yarn, and then he held several blue yarns up to it until he found the one that looked the best.
Really?
I know. So, I'm not sure which is which, but one of them is...
It's by Lucy Ravenscar.
Yes, it's called Dalek
Amigurumi
by Lucy Ravenscar, and this is what it's supposed to look like, but my son wanted it to be blue and white like R2-D2. And since...
It's for him?
Well, my kids hardly ever ask me to make them anything, so when they do, I usually, unless it's like a sweater, which I won't make for my kids, I try to accommodate them. They're just still, Jack anyway is still too young to have a sweater. He'll just lose it.
Well, see, the reason why I knit Max one is because I knew Zachary would wear it afterwards.
Right. So, anyway, one of these is Deborah Norville Everyday Soft Worsted Anti-Pilling. I can't tell which one it is because they only have numbers for color. Oh, the white. The white is the Deborah Norville.
I was going to say that.
The blue is Vanna's Choice from Lion Brand, and it is the colonial blue colorway, and this is some kind of, I think it's worsted. It doesn't say.
Looks worsted. I think Vanna's Choice is worsted.
It's all worsted. It's a number 4. It's a medium. Those are 2 yarns. These have been fine to crochet with. They're not squeaky or weird or anything.
That's good.
Let me just tell you about this. I am knitting it on a really small crochet hook. I'm crocheting it. Sorry, did I say knitting?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what size. I am using a US F5 or a 3.75 millimeter hook because you want it to be tightly crocheted so that when you put the stuffing in, it won't come through. So this hurts my hands. I have learned a bunch of new stitches on it. This ribbing is by doing crochet through the front legs instead of through the top of the stitch, which I've never personally done before, so that's new to me. There's a lot of areas where you crochet into the front and the back loop. Like you do the front loop and then the next row you crochet into the back loop, which kind of made this ridge thing. That's new to me. I'd never done that before. And I I've never made anything with this many crocheted baubles in it.
Have you made crocheted
I have
baubles?
crocheted baubles before, but I have never made anything that had this many things. What is remaining to be done is I have a few more rows of the white, and then the bottom will be blue. And then I have to crochet a bottom for it. And then it has these, like, arm things, or I don't even know what, I'm not a huge Doctor Who fan. It has these protrusions that I have to also make. And then I'll be done.
Protrusions, there you go.
I don't know if they're arms or I don't know what they are. But anyway, they're Dalek parts. So the instructions have been very clear. The only thing that I would say about this pattern is that if you are not familiar with the stitches that I just discussed, and if you're not familiar with doing color work with crocheting, which I wasn't. I had never had to switch colors like in the middle, like where these dots are. I've never done that before. You can see how it looks on the inside. She gives really good explanations and written instructions with pictures and stuff on how to do a lot of those things, and a really good explanation of how to carry the yarn when you're changing colors like this, which was great. So I learned a lot of new crochet skills on this that I did not even know existed before, so I'm happy about it. But my hands hurt, and I just want to be done. This is all I've been working on this now for 2 days. It's a lot of crocheting. My son comes up to me every day and is like,
"You done yet? You done yet?
Is it done? How long is it going to be done?
No,
We'll be
this
done
almost
today."
reminds me of a toilet paper cover.
Oh, I was going to say something.
No, but I know, but I'm keeping it clean.
Yeah. So
it does remind that too, but
it could also be a hat if you had a really small head. This could be your birthday hat.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, that's what I'm doing there, and that's all I have on the hook and needles. Oh, and I wanted to show everybody this. If you can believe it, all of this, plus a notions case, can fit in a JessaLu box bag, which kind of surprised me, but they're kind of like the TARDIS. They're bigger on the inside, because I have been carrying this around. Don't usually have to have all the yarn, but right now I do because I'm switching colors. Yeah, it's all been in this box bag from JessaLu.
Wow.
My Star Trek box bag, so I'm mixing genres.
Somebody was talking, it was, I had some people over, it's just a side note, people over, and they were talking about how an arcade that we used to hang out with at college it's better now, and I guess when she was growing up, it used to be the place to get drugs, but it's not like that now. It's more kid-friendly, like a Chuck E. Cheese or a place where you can hire out a birthday party. Yeah. And they said, yeah, and it has the spaceship from Star Wars, Enterprise. I'm like, yeah, no, Star Wars is Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon, and the guy's looking at me like, all right, whatever. And I'm like, know your geekiness. If you're going to throw it out there, know it. Don't say the spaceship from Star Wars, the Enterprise. I'm like, what?
No. That would be the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, so that's all I have. How about you?
I am only working on one project because that's, I think, how I've been rolling lately. One project only.
It's working for you.
It's working for me. So I cast on West Knit Urbana by Stephen West, and it was gifted to me by Jack's grandma way back, I think in November of 2012.
Back in the day.
So I'm in the middle of a row. I apologize. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm doing Cascade Eco Wool. I'm doing the size large to make it really big. This is what it's supposed to look like when it's done.
It's kind of a weird shape.
It's a scarf. Well, it's like a keyhole scarf.
Right,
almost.
It is. But it's like, it reminds me of a piece of land with some islands.
Yeah, well, at first you don't understand how it works, but then you get it. Cool. So I like it because you put it through the thing and then it should hopefully never fall off you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The one thing that I'm not sure about whether or not I'll do is it's got a crochet edge to it. And I don't know if I'll do a crochet edge. This one looks like the similar colors that I'm doing, but like a light brown.
And what are you knitting it out of?
I'm knitting out a Cascade Eco Wool, which is the bulky wool.
Yeah.
I've had that in my stash for a while.
Yeah.
The large size calls for 600 yards, but I have 2 skeins, I think.
Wow.
I have 2 skeins. This is only one. I think this is half of one because it wasn't as big. So I'm going to go through my stash again. And so what I did is you bind off a certain amount of stitches, and I used the knit two together through the back loop because it gave it a really nice edge, almost like an invisible edge that if you don't crochet it, it's not going to be a big deal.
Right, nice.
But the edge that I was having a hard time on is when you have to cast on in the middle of a project. You can't do the thumb cast on. It just doesn't look right. So what I ended up doing is the knitted cast on, or also known as the cable cast on. But instead of knitting it, I purled it.
Oh, cool.
Because I did knit it, and then it gave me a stockinette ridge, and I'm like, I don't want that. That looks funky, even if I do crochet it. So I purled it, and it came out a lot better. It's a little loose.
But it looks good.
But it does. It looks much better so that if I decide not to crochet the edges, it's not going to be that bad.
Yeah, like it's not going to stand out.
No, it's not going to stand out. So I'm happy with it. So right now it's just mindless garter stitch. As much as I love mindless garter stitch, because you can read with it, you can do anything with it. My last project had mindless garter stitch with a pop of something else, which wasn't bad. It kept you enough interested. Do you know what I mean? So I can understand
I totally
with
know
the
what you mean.
stockinette, and it's like I never thought I'd be boo-hooing mindless.
Because all I'm doing is knitting and knitting on this.
This I do have to increase, which isn't so bad, but it's at the end.
Yeah, I only have to do the increases every 10 rows. And I'll do it, and I'll be like 3 rows. And I'll do it for like 2 more hours.
And
4 rows.
I'm using my fancy schmancy free bag from Simply Knitting that I got, 5 years ago. I know. I
look down upon you.
I know.
Free bag.
Well, it's a large box bag, but it's
really nice. But does it have the Enterprise on it?
It doesn't.
Mine has the Enterprise.
The reason I went for this box bag compared to my JessaLu one is it's a little bigger.
Yeah.
And it's where it's cascade, but it's also waterproof in the way that I roll lately.
Yeah.
I need that.
Although, as we now know, you can get a lot into this tiny box bag. Who knew?
I was going to use that. Mine, anyways, but so.
And that's all you have?
That's all I have on the needles actively. I still have a Project of Shame. The socks that I was knitting for Max.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to rip those out and just do stockinette as much as he wants a pattern. I will still knit them for him, but if I do the pattern, I'm going to run out of yarn because that boy's feet are big.
Yeah, he has big
size
feet.
10, 10 and a half.
That's crazy.
Yeah, maybe I won't even do it. He hasn't asked for them. Although he did ask for my finished object.
Oh, yeah? Really?
I know, I thought so too, but it's more the color than the pattern.
Yeah, the color is nice. Speaking of finished objects, can we do them now? Because I am freaking dying over here.
Yeah, go ahead. Who's the one who had 5 on the needles, for Pete's sakes? I had 1.
I know, but I was dying even during my thing. So, as you can see, I'm wearing my finished object. I showed you last week I had finished my sweater. It is done. The hem does not curl. I blocked out.
Good.
It's curling now because I'm sitting on it, but it did not block out. I like the way the neck came out. I did take the advice of a lot of people on Instagram, and I did short rows in the back.
I like that.
So that it fits better, and I'm really happy with it. And it's high. Like I was a little worried that it would be too low, so I added a little knitting to it, and I think it came out perfect. I love it.
Looks good.
And I love the way that this collar is all the oranges, and then there's like this belt of orange. I really like the way that turned out. And this is from Diabolical Yarns Handspun in the Flower Shop Inferno colorway, and I have to take it off because I am so hot.
It's not cold. It's not hot in my house. It's just comfortable.
Not hot enough to wear. It's not cold enough to wear a sweater in here.
So, well, actually, it's 72 according to my thermometer.
This is a very, very warm sweater.
It'll be a great Weinbeck. Weinbeck sweater.
This is a Weinbeck sweater. This is going to be one of my Weinbeck sweaters. This will be perfect. If it gets cold on one day, this is going to be the sweater to go to. I love it. I'm so happy with how it came out, and I can't wait to do another one. Good. I really can't wait to do another handspun sweater. So that's all I have in my finished project. Whew, I feel so much better.
I actually have a finished project, and I don't know why this keeps doing that.
Because it's mean.
Well, it's because it's new, I think.
Sheila and I have upgraded some of our devices to the iOS 7, in case you were wondering.
And Goodreads is one of them that I think had an update to go with it, and it's just, the pictures aren't showing up for me.
Yeah, she has to, like, mess with it.
So I finished my Folha Luz, if that's how you pronounce it, by Carolyn Carvalho Cross. It's from Photo Knit Day. It was given to me by the Knit Pearl girl, Carrie Steinmetz, who passed away last year. It was given to me like 2 or something years ago. So I finished it, and this is done out of Steve at Dramatics Knits Leading Men Fiber Arts yarn, and the Showstopper base, which is 75% merino wool and 25% nylon, in the
Lightning Bug.
I'm
sorry.
Trying to remember.
I did the show notes. So
I know,
like,
but I was trying to remember. So this was... it smells so good, sorry. I blocked it, as you can see. This was a fun knit. It was mostly garter stitch. The cast on was a lot. You did the ribbing, and then you decreased it.
There's not.
And then you decreased every other row with it, and you had leaves. This, they said, basically you can put the leaves wherever you wanted to put them, as long as you did the stem, which was a crossover. You couldn't see it until I blocked it, but the stem actually looks pretty good. And I could have probably blocked this a little harder than I did.
Yeah.
By the looks of the garter stitches that are still squished up. But a few things with this one. The way the pattern is described, it's got a chart, and it says, before you continue on to the main body, read ahead about adding leaves. So I did.
Yeah.
I read ahead. Didn't really make much sense, but it did and it didn't. And so she goes, this is what I did for the pattern that you see, and that's what I followed.
Right.
There were some placements of the leaves that I did a little differently. I kind of made it more uniform so that I have one tall leaf in the middle.
Yeah.
And then it goes, and it's symmetrical from there. So then I have a short one, and then I have a medium one, and like 2 medium ones.
Sorry, there's a knot in my yarn.
The thing that she does suggest, one of the stitches, is to do a yarn over. But it doesn't, the pattern doesn't specifically say where the stitch marker should be in reference to the leaf.
Right.
So I had the stitch marker after the leaf pattern. So the leaf pattern was before the stitch marker, and I made it follow the stem going up. There was one stitch where she said you had to increase a stitch, but she had you doing it with a yarn over. It didn't look right. It looked out of place. The yarn over would have been below the stem, and it would have been one yarn over where the rest would be doubled. So I did a make one instead.
I think it looks good what you did.
I think so too. And I tried to make sure that the stems were equal. I really like it. My son wants this scarf, and I think it's more so the color. I don't think he realizes what the pattern is so much. But I like the ribbing. I think it was supposed to be more roughly than I made it. But like I said, I didn't block it really hard enough. You could have blocked it really hard.
Yeah.
But I didn't. And it's nice and soft.
I know, I like that yarn. That's a nice base.
And it smells really good, but that's because I used the Eucalyptus lavender.
You love that
stuff. I love that stuff. So, great yarn. Really did well. A little bit of splitting when you were doing like 3 yarn overs together, but that's understandable.
Yeah, that's a tough stitch.
It is a tough stitch, but other than that, I mean, there really was no
nice
major...
stitch definition on the...
yeah, really, really nice stuff.
On the... cabley twisty things.
Yeah, it didn't look it when I was knitting it, but that's something that really had to block out.
Yeah, it's nice.
So let me do a close-up without dipping it into my tea.
We reviewed Steve's yarn last week. His lace base.
Lace base.
Lace base. That's hard to say. And his this
Showstopper base, which is a sock yarn.
And Sheila already has her finished project from it. So.
Well, in all honesty, if I didn't do it now, it probably would have never gotten done. And
I
owed Steve that.
I might mellow that shawl for a while and cast on that Semille that I talked about with the lace weight because it's just really calling to me. Mm. And that is a garter for miles and miles, but it has a design on the edge. Yeah. So I think that.
Well, and I picked this one because I wanted to do garter stitch because that's where my mind frame is right now. Right. Simple garter stitch or simple stockinette in the round, but this wasn't in the round. But I also wanted to do some sort of texture or pattern stitch so that I could see how it worked to give it a true review. Right. I give the yarn 2 thumbs up. The pattern, yeah, and 2 thumbs sideways. The pattern itself is really easy. If you have any indication on what a pattern is supposed to look like, you won't have a problem with it.
Right.
I wouldn't suggest this for a new time because it's probably not going to get you what you want.
Right.
When it comes to the leaves. I did write short notes in my pattern page, so you can look there, but I love how it came out.
Yeah, I love the finished project.
And there were, I think there were 2 options, either small or large. I did the small because I didn't have enough yarn for the large. But I don't have it with me, but I have a ball about this big.
Cool.
It was 463 yards. I probably only used 375, give or take.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe. So it was great. I loved it. It'll go in the bin to gift to someone. Or my son will steal it, one or the other.
I like it. I like it a lot. It came out great.
Yeah, the color is nice. I've gotten a lot of comments on knitting on it with the color.
Oh, yeah, I know. I love the color.
I do too.
It's very saturated.
It is really. Oh, and that was another thing. It did bleed, or there was some dye in the water. Not a lot.
Well, one thing that I do have to say about that is the people from Soak, who make a similar thing to Eucalyptus, which you use, said that sometimes the scent oils, the essential oils that are put in scented washes, will actually draw color out, whereas if you just washed it with regular soap and water or unscented wash, it wouldn't do that. So that's always something to be aware of.
Well, I have a feeling it is a eucalyptus because anytime I wash anything with eucalyptus, it tends to draw the.
Because I noticed when I started using Soak that yarn brands that never had shed even like a drop of dye color would off shed some color when I used it, and the lady from Soak told me that's why. So that's just so that you know.
Before I soaked it, you could see some differences in the color, but I think once I soaked it, it kind of all blended in, which is fine. I like the color. I love the smell. I like the yarn. It's nice and soft.
Yes, that's a good
product.
Good product, Steve.
And I love how squishy garter stitch is.
I do too.
So I'm done with my rate my dates. That's all I had.
Whirlwind Romance, nothing this week. Still haven't been spinning. I've been in a spinning lull. No. I thought about pulling it out the other day, but then I was like, oh, I have to get ready for my trip, and it's just like I'll just have to put it back.
Right.
But hopefully when I get back from my vacation, I wish that I didn't have to pay for bags. I would bring my wheel on vacation.
Yeah.
But since I'm flying with an airline that requires you to pay for every piece of luggage, I don't feel like bringing an extra suitcase just to bring my wheel.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one.
So,
not worth it.
Ain't gonna happen. So there's no Whirlwind Romance. Crushes and Heartbreaks. That's next, right?
I think so.
For me, it's been a pretty good week, so I don't really have any heartbreaks. My latest crush, well, I don't know. This new iOS 7 thing might become my heartbreak.
I don't think so. I've
only had it for a couple of hours. It's different. I have to get used to it.
It's got a different look to it all. Like, for me, I use search a lot on the internet, and before it had it on the right side.
She has it on her iPad. I
have it on the iPad.
My iPad
and so now what they do, it's a multitask bar where you either put the web address or you do a search. and you just set your search and settings, whether you want it Google, Yahoo, or Bing. I like Google personally.
Yeah, I use Google too.
I'm not a big fan of Bing. Yahoo's good too, but I'm just used to Google. So I just search with Google, and it took me a little while to figure out that and how to close the apps. It took me a little bit to figure out that, because when my kids take it, they open every single app.
Yeah, I haven't put it on my iPad yet. I put it on my iPhone this morning. I have a 4S, and I just want to tell people that it did actually take an hour for it to upload, and then it uploaded to my phone very quickly, but it took 45 minutes or 50 minutes for it to install. And I don't know if it's just because I have a lot of stuff on my iPhone.
Could be. It took me probably, with the uploading and then the install, probably about 20 to 30 minutes on my iPad. I don't have a lot on my iPad. It's just getting used to the new look.
And this is what it looks like.
And her iPhone, the iPhone upgrade may be slightly different than the iPad upgrade.
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of time to play with it. I did it before I came over to Sheila's house, and one thing that happened when I set it up is I accidentally put a passcode lock on it, which I don't know if I'm going to keep or not. I mean,
so we have a passcode on my iPad.
Well, I have on the iPad. I keep a passcode so my kids can't use it, but my phone never had a passcode lock on it before. So I don't know. It's kind of annoying to have to unlock it with the passcode every time I pick it up. So I might change that. I get why it's good to have one, but it's annoying. So that might change. But so that's a potential heartbreak. And I guess I don't have any really specific crushes except that I continue to do my Couch to 5K plan, and my leg feels great. And with the stretches that my doctor prescribed to me, I have very little pain anymore.
Oh, good.
So I feel so relieved. I was really, really worried that I had arthritis.
Yeah.
My father and my grandfather both had to have their hips replaced from arthritis. So I am understandably concerned.
Yeah.
Especially since when they did that blood work, I have markers for it. So I'm happy that that was not the case.
That's good.
So that's it for my crushes and heartbreaks. I don't know what you said anymore. So first crush is what?
First crush is, it's my birthday.
It's my birthday.
My birthday. My husband kept asking me, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And really, I don't want anything. I don't need anything. He gave me a card, which was cute, and mentioned Sunday school, which is even funnier because he doesn't even know what that is.
Because he's a Buddhist.
He's Buddhist, which today is also Mooncake Day or Moon Festival Day.
Yay.
And we had incense burning. I'm sure they're long since gone by now, and there's 2 little mooncakes out for offering.
Oh, good. And will you eat mooncakes today?
We do. They're homemade from somebody in work. Makes them, and they're very, very good. So today's Mooncake Day. So we had a little discussion about our dryer situation. We still don't have a dryer.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned because I hear that you did not buy a dryer, and yet somehow you bought a grill.
Well, he goes to me, why didn't you tell me we needed a dryer? I'm like, where have you been the last 3 months of the summer?
Okay.
I needed a dryer.
No. I need a judge's ruling on it. The last year, you have needed a dryer.
That too. But, so we got into a fight, and he's like, so do you want a dryer? I said, me being my stubborn self, said, no, forget it.
Why? Oh,
Because
my
I'm stubborn.
God.
So today he goes, this weekend we'll go look for a dryer. Because I think you were the one who suggested, he wants a washer and dryer. Might as well get the whole set. I think you suggested just get the dryer now and the washer next year. So we're going to look for a dryer. I told him I could put it on my credit card and I'll do the payments on my end. Because I know his credit card is taxed because of vacations recently. Yeah. And so we did need a grill, but not as much as we need a dryer. But the grills were on sale because at the end of the season.
I know. And you know what? You don't have to take it from me. I have a 15-year-old washing machine and like a 6-year-old dryer. You don't need them to be.
No, but our washing machine is going to start getting.
But, that's what we did. We bought it after the flood. Our crappy washing machine lived and our dryer died. So we got a new dryer.
So I mentioned it to my father too, hoping that maybe
he'll kick in a few bucks.
It would be nice. He typically does give us money for the end of the year for Christmas. So what I might do instead of spending our portion on us, put it towards.
Well, you should tell him, Dad, if you really wanted to give me money for my birthday to help out with this dryer situation, that would be a good thing.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. He's still in China, so it doesn't make much of a difference right now anyways. But crashes and heartbreaks. We'll see. A small little heartbreak is my son didn't wish me a happy birthday, my oldest. Zachary only wished me a happy birthday because my father was talking to me on the phone.
Aww.
But my friend Courtney called to wish me a happy birthday. So
that was nice. And I wished her a happy birthday.
We're going out to dinner tonight. We're going, I think, to Longhorn Steakhouse.
Oh, that sounds
across
yum.
from his place. I think it's in Medford,
cool.
Wherever it is over there. But, so, and hopefully I'm working tomorrow. They've been giving cakes to the people whose birthday, so I might be getting a cake at work. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one either. But
I hope you get a cake at work.
I should, if it's according to everyone else's that's been getting a cake or something. They will acknowledge it some way or form.
Well, that's cool.
And this weekend we get to go to Kimball Farms.
For your thing?
Yep. It's transplant party day. We get to dunk a dock. They're doing a dunk tank for the doctors, and I think that's awesome.
Fun. I hope it's
So Kimball
warm.
Farms is, when I was growing up, it was just an ice cream joint, homemade ice cream
I
joint.
went to school like 3 miles from Kimball Farms, and it was just like a walk-up window stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's got, I think, a full golf course. It's got a driving range. I think it's got a pitch and putt.
It's got an
2 miniature golf
area.
Course, animal area, which Zachary doesn't touch anyway.
Water boat.
Bumper water boats. And part of this party is we get to do those all the time. Like, as many times as we want, as far as I know. And then you get to have a Kimball Sundae, which Kimball Special used to be really special. I have never had a Kimball Special.
Oh, we used to get them all the time. Like 6 of us would pile into my friend's car and we'd buy a special and share it.
Yeah, it's huge. It's like 3 scoops of ice cream. Well, 3 flavors of ice cream. And,
2 bananas.
Oh my gosh, it's huge.
4 toppings. It's huge. Gross.
My brother usually goes with the kids, and that's what they do, a special Kimball's supper, where they just get the ice cream for supper. Kimball's does sell regular food, but
they have a restaurant there now.
Yeah,
and I actually went to a wedding reception that was held there that was catered by Kimball's, and we got to do all the stuff for free, the
it's
golf
fun.
And everything.
It's fun, so I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, that's pretty much it for me, I guess. I'm sure I'll think of something later, but
Baubles and Bling. I have 1 Baubles and Bling this week. So everybody knows that I have been using these little JessaLu Notions bags, and I have like 8 of them. So I bought some more. I need more. I need them. They have turned out.
I need them.
I seriously do. They have turned out to be so handy to just leave in my project bag. I always have one. So I got some more dots to go with my gnomes, and on the inside, dots, because I have a couple of gnome bags, so I needed, Jess let me pick out ones that I wanted from her available stash. I got a Starry Night one, and on the inside it has stars.
Yeah, I didn't look on the inside.
And I
got porcupines, owls,
woodland creatures. Fox, little mouse, and
woodland
of course
creatures.
More mushrooms, because it can go with it. And on the inside it is raccoons and woodland creatures. So thank you, JessaLu, for doing that order for me. But I love these, and she is now selling these regularly. You used to just be able to get them at the shows, right? But she offers them for sale now on her Big Cartel shop. And she's still doing her contest until the end of this month. Show your JessaLu bag at an area of historically interest.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say.
I'll link to it again in the show notes. So y'all can see.
Is Kimball Farms an area of historical interest?
Well, there is only one. I don't know. Just, we're going to need a ruling on that. So that's all I have for Baubles and Bling.
I have Baubles and Bling, and I have to say thank you to Wendy for my Baubles and Bling.
I remembered Sheila's birthday. I actually remembered Sheila's birthday like 4 months ago because I bought this a long time ago.
So she got me some socks at Rock, medium weight and mill end. So I now have like 24 skeins of socks at Rock.
I love the colors of this.
It really is.
It's like a brownie pink and it's so pretty.
It is. It really is. And I'm just thinking, do I do socks with this? Because I love socks with Rock socks. Or do I save this for something else? Which will probably go in my stash and I'll save for something else. So this is what she gave me and I love it. Love it. And I just love... Mill ends are funny because you never know what you're going to get. So there's a little slub there. It'll be funny. And then I got one of the stash... What did you call them?
They're... Now I can't remember what I call Notions bags.
Notions bags.
bags.
And she gave me a little thing for my needles. And one of these.
And
little scissors.
Miniature scissors. Those miniature scissors. I have a source now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So if you need more miniature scissors, let me know. They're like...
I need a couple of other.
I think they're like
these
50
Notion
cents
bags.
a piece. Yeah.
Just to have.
I love them. As you can tell, I have like 12 of them now.
So this is my birthday gift from Wendy. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I love that birdie bag.
Oh,
it's
I didn't
so
even see
cute.
what's inside. Little blue polka dots to go
I love
match
that
little
birdie
blue
bag.
birds. Blue bird.
I liked it because it was kind of pink and brown, like the sock
Matches.
yarn.
So thank you.
I didn't know what if you had any themes, so I went with the one that I thought was really cute.
Me themes, please.
Because as you know, I like to match my stuff up.
I know you do. I use whatever I grab first, but I tend to go.
But yeah, just love those Notion bags.
Yeah, it's really cute.
I have a fully stocked one in every bag now that usually has a, and you can get, I think you can get these inexpensively at Knit Picks. And if I had wasn't this a Knit Picks one that I got from Mass Sheep and Wool?
I don't remember.
I'm so mad at myself because I just ordered from Knit Picks. I could have ordered a bunch more, but it's hard to find them inexpensively. Like they're like,
a lot of places give them for free sometimes,
I know.
too.
Well, I never see those places. And I got some donated to me by my friend Lisa, but I broke one. So now I have like a regular one. But they all have little scissors, and then I put a sewing needle and my stitch markers in there. And this one has some waste yarn because I'm working on a sweater. You never know when you're going to need waste yarn.
Sure.
So, yeah, I have them in...
So that's my Baubles and Bling, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm excited for you to get a new dryer.
I'm excited
totally
too.
Excited
so that
for you
might
to get
be my new
dryer.
Baubles and Bling because we have the broken dryer, but we also have a dryer that's in pieces that I said to my husband, we're just throwing it out.
Yeah, because there's a dryer that she has that kind of works.
Well, that's what I'm using now.
Yeah.
I have to do 2 cycles of like 90 minutes.
That's crazy.
And if you forget to do a cycle, then you have to end up rewashing it because it stinks.
Yeah, you'll be so happy to get a new dryer.
My gosh, will I? Will I? I will
the
be so
The best birthday
thrilled.
ever.
Hopefully. So we'll see.
So that's it for Baubles and Bling, Gossip and Innuendo.
Rhinebeck is a month away.
Yes.
Literally 30 days away.
We have to order buttons, man. I have to do that.
Week.
I know I forgot.
So I have to put in my time off.
You haven't put your time off in?
Well, I was trying to see if I could switch weekends with someone, but I'm not even going to bother. I'll just put in my time off. Because I wanted to switch weekends so I wouldn't lose the weekend.
I'm really looking forward to it. Rhinebeck is the time when I get to catch up with a lot of people that I don't get to see very often.
Lois is coming. She's
Lois
staying with
is
us,
staying
right?
with us. Yeah, Lois's cabin attaches to our cabin. I'm very excited.
Oh, good.
But there are people from all over that, I only see on the internet that I can see that day. That's really exciting. Jess will be there. We don't get to see her very often.
No.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm assuming Diane's going too, right?
Oh, yeah. Diane will be there.
I don't get to see her.
I see Diane
I
see Diane all the time. I see too much of you, Diane. And I can say that because she doesn't watch the show.
Jess will squeal on you, though.
I know. Jess will totally die me out. But yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
I am. And Josette, I'm looking forward to see you too, Josette. And Josette does watch this.
Oh.
So I am looking forward to seeing you and making fun of you in person.
Okay,
Josette is, for those who don't know, is Enchanted Knoll Farms. and also a friend.
Yes.
So
that's pretty much it, right?
I think so. All of the upcoming shows, dates for all these events are linked in the show notes if you're interested in going. We are going to be at Rhinebeck. And if they organize a podcasters meetup, we will do that. Usually the podcasters meetup in the past has been right after the Ravelry meetup in the same location. So,
well, even if they don't include one, we'll just be there. How about
we'll
that?
be around. Yeah, if you see us, come up to us.
Yeah, come up to us. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Just don't scare the hell out of us. Don't go, ooh. You know someone's going to try that now, right?
Who would do that?
When people come up behind me, they go like this. I get a little spooked.
Okay. I'm like, yeah, people are always jumping out of the corner.
You never know.
So there was that. I will be attending Stitches East, I'm pretty sure. And if there are people interested, I'll be happy to do like a set of time to meet up with people because that would be really fun. And I am also going to the Big E Fiber Festival. I'm probably going to be there with my mom. And I think I'm trying to get my friend Kathy to go because I never get to see her. I never get to see you, Kathy, if you're watching. So we'll see. But if you're interested in meeting up, I'll make a thread closer to the time, and if you're going, you can tell me, and we'll set a time to meet up. I don't stay very long at those.
Yeah, you're just in and out.
Stitches East, I usually get there when it opens, and I'm done by like 1 o'clock. And Big E Fiber Festival, I'm there when it opens, and I'm done before lunchtime. Because the Fiber Festival, I love it, and I get to see my friends like Amy from Spunky Eclectics there. JessaLu is going to be there, so I like visiting those people. Right. Heather from Mad Color Fiber Arts is going to be there. These are people that I don't get to see very often, but it's not huge. So once I've chatted with my friends that I go to see, and then looked at everything, it's time to go home. And Stitches, which I love to go to, is more of a trade show. They have a lot of like big vendors there. Webbs will have a booth there. I think Cooperative Press has a big booth. It's not just yarn. There are other kinds of like fiber industry related vendors there. Signature had a booth there last year. And it's kind of the same thing. Once I've made like one pass through,
I'm
done.
At Rhinebeck, I don't foresee me getting much yarn except for maybe Gypsy Fiber Arts.
Oh, I know your favorite.
Yeah. Well, my second favorite.
Well, yeah, I am trying to think what I know I want to get I have an idea for a handspun sweater that I want to make, so I'm going to kind of be on the lookout for fiber that goes with that idea. Although I think I'm probably going to end up having to have it custom dyed. I'm thinking of asking Chris from Into the World to do a custom order for me for that. Because if she could dye, well, I love her colors. Yeah, she must like the exact same colors that I do because I love all of her stuff. If she dyed like the base yarn for the sweater, I could use one of my club yarns with it.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because she'll know what colors to put in. Like, I'm thinking I might ask her about that when I see her. I'm really looking forward to seeing Chris at Rhinebeck. I already told her that on Instagram, but can't wait to see Chris. And it's just going to be fun. I like having like the weird fair food and hanging out with people that we don't get to see very often.
It'll be fun.
I'm hoping it'll be sweater weather this year.
It's been sweater weather.
Last year was so hot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, wait, were you even there?
Probably not.
It was so hot. I remember it rained the first day that Friday, and then it was hot on Saturday and humid.
Oh, yeah.
It was bad. So I'm hoping for a nice average fall day. Cool enough to wear a sweater, but warm enough so that you're not freezing. That's what we want. So anyway, I think that's all we have. Thank you for watching.
Sorry, I was counting.
I know, I'm like trying to stall while you, Carol.
Sorry. This calls to add on to 200 stitches, and I was wondering how close I am. I'm not.
Okay. I'm running out of stuff to say here.
Sorry. I have like 115 stitches, so I have, 85 more to go, which is about 60 rows.
Well, thank you for watching. Have a great week.
I'm
not ready for that yet. Now, we will not be recording next week.
No, we won't be recording next week.
Sheila, it's on Sheila. If she wants to do it, she can, but she probably won't.
I probably won't.
So
I don't know what my hours are going to be, but I know I work next Friday.
And I'm not bringing the kind of equipment that I need to record with me to the beach.
No.
But watch me on Instagram. I'll show pictures of my vacation on Instagram. So, thank you.
Knit with Heart. Have a good week.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Yar.